When I was engaged to my handsome Aussie, I traveled to meet him and play in the outback for a few weeks. It's a stunning country, and because it's so big, the only way to see it is to drive the coast. And that's what we decided to do. Kangaroos, koalas, and redback spiders aside, I was up for an adventure. Peter's home is in Brisbane, and we thought the drive up the coast, Woolloomooloo, Port Macquarie to Womba would be the best way to see the land. Lush and tropical sugarcane can be seen for miles. A full-on winter is 70 degrees, doesn't get nicer than that. Before we left, Peter declared that the car
needed some whack.
But we'd be fine for the 12-hour, 700-mile drive. Are you sure? I asked as we packed up the car.
You'll be fine, no worries. Oh shit, we'll get the clutch down in Brizzy.
100 kilometers out, after stopping for a burger, the clutch started to grind. He gives me a sheepish,
I'm in so much fucking trouble with you, aren't I?
look. Knowing the rules, I just looked at the window, my ears steaming. I knew it was futile to argue with his childish temperamental side, and we had just gotten engaged. I looked at the ring on my hand, wondering in that moment how it was put on me. Yet another story, but in a very hasty, unromantic way. I remembered.
I didn't know when to do this, but I thought it was a good time as any. Sugar tits.
Jesus Christ. I suddenly felt like hurling it out the window. Every time he switched gears, the clutch would grind. I get nervous and watch him wince uncomfortably. Keeping my mouth pinched shut, I just stared at the passenger window, unable to look at him. I knew if we stopped, we'd be in trouble. Just fucking drive. It was getting dark, and the silence in the car was deafening. I couldn't speak for fear that he'd get slogged. 5 hours later, on a Friday night, we arrived at Coffs Harbour. He began to park the car, and it suddenly lurched forward.
Oh shit, the clutch!
Peter giggled nervously. I look up, and we're parked in front of a sloppy, dingy little hotel. Let's just get our stuff and check in. We need to get some sleep. I couldn't look at him and was anxious to just get in the hotel and lie on something other than the car seat. Peter graciously offered to go get Chinese food for us. I'm hungry and cranky. I start making calls about the car, but find out that because it's Friday, there are no mechanics around for the weekend. Great. He comes back with food and nervously sits on the bed watching me.
What did you find out, Jane?
Oh, we're pretty much fucked, and we'll be hanging around here for the next 2 days.
Right, well, I'll call Craig and Tanya. They live 2 hours from here. They can come pick us up. Obble, obble, obble.
That was the moment I first developed hives and the ability to hyperventilate on cue. No, we will not. I'm now on the verge of blowing a gasket myself. This is your fucking fault. I asked you to check the car out, but no, I didn't say a word. You didn't want me to say a word. So okay, now I'm saying more than a few words. You fucking control freak. I took a deep breath, and I admitted I was a raving bitch. But there was a small part of me that enjoyed terrifying my now extremely quiet ex-fiancé. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to rent a car tomorrow, and you are going to pay for it. We're going to leave the car here until Monday. They're going to repair it. We will drive down Monday, pick up the car, and then start our way back to Brisbane. So over the next 2 days, we can stay with Craig and Tanya and have a nice time. Actually, We'll have a great time, and you will enjoy yourself with a smile. And we'll cook for your very sweet and understanding friends. Capiche? He looked at me.
Righto.
Spoken quietly.
I love you, Jen.
The next few days were pretty bad. I wanted to kill Peter for so many reasons. It was just a sad engagement. Two people marrying for all the wrong reasons. And as we sat quietly going up the mountains of the lush countryside in the beautiful Queensland, I knew it was the last time I'd see them with him. And the last time I'd ever want to look or get into a Volvo again.